What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Now, yesterday I did my top 10 favorite 80s action movies. So now, today, I'm going to do my 10 favorite 90s action movies. Because the 80s and 90s, I thought was some of the best year for action films. And the 90s was pretty decent for action movies. I mean, of course, I was born in 1992, so I'm a little biased there. But anyway, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite action movies, I should say, of the 90s. Okay. Now, my 10th favorite is going to Tony Scott's film, The Last Boy Scout. I love this movie. Like, if you guys never seen The Last Boy Scout, it's great, you know. You got Bruce Willis, who's pretty much like a first-rate Secret Service agent named Joe Hellenbeck, and he's also now a private investigator whose like latest gig is to protecting this pole dancer played by Halle Berry. I mean, Halle Berry as a pole dancer, hey, that should speak a lot there too. Like that should give you guys a chance to watch this. I mean, Halle Berry, come on. Anyway, but you know, Halle Berry's character ends up getting killed. So Bruce Willis's Joe Hellenbeck character ends up teaming up with her boyfriend Jimmy Dix, played by Damon Wayans, who's also an ex-quarterback with a very gambling problem. And they both decide to go after the girl's killer. And the villain here, by the way, is played by Noble Willingham. I thought he was pretty great as a villain here. It's really entertaining. I mean, Damon Wayans and Bruce Willis, they both had great chemistry on screen. You know, I thought both Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans, they were both excellent. I mean, two of my favorite board people in the business. I mean, come on there. Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans is definitely one to check out. Like, if you guys haven't seen that movie yet, go give it out. Give it a go. It has some really funny one-liners. It has some really, cool action moments. Yeah, definitely go give this one a go if you guys haven't seen it. Alright, coming in at number 9 is pretty much the start of a franchise, and that is Mission Impossible. I mean, the film that really introduced us to Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt. You had the great John Voight in this, Bing Rames, Gene Reno was in this. Mission Impossible is of course a remake of a 1960s TV series, which I bet a lot of people don't even realize that this is actually a remake. So for anyone who always talk poo-poo on remakes, Mission Impossible is a remake, y'all. So yeah, but Mission Impossible is really fun. I really quite enjoy it. It was directed by Scarface director Brian De Palma, who I always keep forgetting direct the first Mission Impossible. And of course, it was the start of a franchise. Like we had Mission Impossible 2, 3, and I mean the franchise is still going. People they'll never stop until this movie stops making money. Like, yeah, Mission Impossible is really Tom Cruise's. Mission Impossible is really Tom Cruise's Fast and Furious. I'm doing my top 10 favorite 90s action movies.
This is my guy. Tommy boy.
Hey, question. What's your favorite 90s action movies?
Wild Wild West. Will Smith, man. Nothing beats that. Or Rush Hour.
That's about one.
What up,
Rich?
Rich, what's your favorite 90s action movie?
Oh.
I said Rush Hour.
What is it?
Get in more.
Little ninjas. It's 3 little ninjas.
Ooh,
That
wait,
one
wait.
movie?
Does Super Soldiers count with the action figures?
Oh, Small Soldier.
Small Soldiers.
Small Soldier!
Small Soldiers. The Gorgonites?
Yeah.
Yes, I
But
choose that.
I think you were also thinking of Toy Soldiers too.
No, I was thinking of the Gorgonites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
But
No, what's that movie with? It's a 3 little ninjas. They did like 3 movies of it, and they had the masks and shit.
I didn't should talk about the one with Chris Farley.
About Richard
No,
Pack
I'm not
cigarettes.
doing that. No.
Anywho,
Yo, Brian, what's up?
my bad about that, guys.
Good to see you, man.
Anyway, but
How you doing? It's my fucking lead singer, Anthony. This girl over Sarah.
Hi.
But yeah, Mission Impossible is that's definitely Tom Cruise's
I'm sorry, what's your
Fast and Furious. So yeah.
So my boyfriend.
All right.
Oh, okay. We're in the corner.
Coming in at number 8 is going to Under Siege. Come on, Under Siege, people, with Steven Seagal, Gary Busey as a bad guy, Tommy Lee Jones. I mean, this is really Die Hard on a ship. That's what Under Siege really is. And Steven Seagal, I'll say one thing: Steven Seagal's not a good actor. I'll put it that way. But he's actually a really good action star. Like when when Steven Seagal talks, it's a little cringeworthy. But when the guy does action, he knows how to do action very well. And I really loved him in this. I mean, his back and forth with Gary Busey is pretty cool. I mean, Gary Busey as a villain. Come on, who doesn't love some Gary Busey there? Tommy Lee Jones is always great.
Wait, is Men in Black from the 90s or the 2000s?
90s.
I changed my answer.
And of course, Under Siege was directed by Andrew Davis, who also gave us The Fugitive, also with Tommy Lee Jones. But yeah, have any of you guys ever seen Under Siege?
No.
Ever? Steven Seagal, man, he's the man.
I'm not the biggest Steven
Yeah,
Seagal
I'm
fan.
not either.
Yeah, well,
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
ah,
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme was fucking love Steven Seagal. That's a fact.
well, from what I heard, Steven Seagal is hard to work with. Like,
Well, no, I'm talking about a fight.
oh yeah.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme was whooping shit.
All right.
He's Jean-Claude Van Damme. Kickboxer?
Now, coming in at number 7 is going to Air Force One. I mean, Harrison Ford as probably one of the greatest presidents of our time, who's not based on a real life person. I mean, unless if there's something in the news about some sort of president taking down terrorists from a plane. Other than that, this is not based on a true story. But you have the great Gary Oldman as the villain, William H. Macy. I mean, come on, you have the iconic Harrison Ford line, "Get off my plane." Have you guys ever seen Air Force One?
Oh, whoa, don't get me started on Air Force One. That movie is fire. Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie's
It's-
great.
What's the Harrison Ford?
Hey,
Oh, I know.
That's too cheesy. That's too expected. I didn't say that.
that's probably my Air Force One is probably my favorite Harrison Ford movie. That's not Star Wars or Indiana Jones related.
Facts.
Yeah, that's
Hard facts.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, if you guys never seen Air Force One, one of the greatest plane movies of all time, one of the greatest one-liners, such a great film, really fun. I mean, Wolfgang Pearson. I mean, where'd that guy go? Wolfgang Pearson don't do any movies anymore. I mean,
Then Die Hard 2.
I miss Wolfgang Pearson, but anyway.
It is half on a plane. It is on a plane. It's half
All
on
right.
a plane.
Coming in at number 6 is Bad Boys.
Is that the one with Justin Long in it? Live
Bad
Hard,
Boys?
Die- What's up?
Bad Boys.
Oh, don't get me started on Bad Boys.
Well,
Ooh.
part 3 comes out next year, by the way.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Will Smith, Marlon Lawrence. I mean, people who always trash on Michael Bay, I always bring up Bad Boys.
Oh, that. Okay.
I mean, Bad Boys. Come on, you got.
Bad Boys 2.
Well, that's 2000, so yeah. But anyway, Will Smith and Marlon Lawrence. Come on, it was in the era that, like, in the 90s, Will Smith had his big break with Fresh Prince, and Will Smith had a big break in the 90s with Independence Day, Man in Black.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah.
Wait, we're forgetting about Jurassic Park.
That's more of a sci-fi. I never really count that as action.
Okay, no, I get that.
But anyway, When I mean action, I mean pure action with like gun violence and stuff like that. That's what I mean.
I get it. Not Jeff Goldblum in leather pants.
No.
Watching a T-Rex chase.
No, but not to mention you have Taylor Leone. Who doesn't love Taylor Leone? I mean, outside of Jurassic Park 3, obviously, but Taylor Leone is great in this.
He was like, yeah, he was bad.
And
Yes, like it was in the morning.
and this is definitely one of Michael Bay's best work. Like people who go poo poo on Michael Bay only go poo poo on him because of Transformers and whatnot. But come on, Michael Bay had a great resurgence in the 90s with Bad Boys, with The Rock, Armageddon. Anybody ever seen The Rock?
I love The Rock. Nick Cage and Sean Connery. Fire.
Yeah, Michael Bay's the man, you know.
Michael Bay is the man.
I mean, I know people who watch this video is gonna poo poo on him because of Transformers and whatnot, but come on, he's still the man.
Even with Transformers, he's still the man.
True that. All right, coming in at number 5. Now, news of course just broke today that a 4th one is in the works, and coming in at number 5 is going to The Matrix.
Oh, you know they're making a 4th one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this was of course directed by the Wachowskis before they before they became females and all. And come on, you got Keanu Reeves way before before he did John Wick. He was Neo. And actually, I got a couple of Keanu Reeves movies on this list, by the way. So, if anybody's a fan of Keanu Reeves, I got a couple of the Keanu Reeves movies on
movie he
this
did
list.
with Sandra Bullock with the train?
Well, that's gonna come up here
The
in a minute.
bus. What's that called? Where you can't go over 60. Where you can't go below 60 miles per hour.
That's gonna come up here in a bit.
Oh,
So.
my bad.
Anyway, you also got Lawrence Fishburne as Morbius. Of course, there's rumors about Michael B. Jordan possibly playing like a younger version, which I'm all for that one. But yeah, the first Matrix, by the way, is great. And just to let you guys know, next week at a couple of AMC theaters, if you guys are going to theater, like if anyone is in a theater that has an AMC Prime, to let you guys know.
See you, Tommy.
Hey guys. To let you guys know, The Matrix is getting re-released for like theaters and all, which I'll probably check out. I mean, I never seen I was way too young for The Matrix when it got released, but I'll probably see The Matrix in theaters. It'll be cool to watch. But anyway, The Matrix, of course, had some cool action moments. I mean, the gun dodging scene. Come on, that's iconic. I mean, yeah, the first Matrix, by the way, is the best. The sequels, not so much, but like I said, I'm a little nervous about the 4th one because the sequels of The Matrix are not that good, and the Wachowskis has not been that much of on the roll lately, so yeah, but we'll see about that one. Alright, coming in at number 4, another Keanu Reeves movie that's going to the original Fast and Furious people, Point Break. I'm for real. The first Fast and Furious is seriously a remake of Point Break, but with cars, obviously, instead of surfboards. I mean, you got Patrick Swayze as Bodhi, Keanu Reeves as Johnny Utah, who pretty much decided to rob a bank and all. And they also got Lori Petty is in this. The aforementioned Gary Busey's also in this flick. I mean, Point Break is just awesome. But granted, the remake is horrible. But the first film, I mean, you got like Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves are both magnificent together in this. And it's directed by Catherine Bigelow, who of course was married to action director James Cameron. By the way, if you guys, this might go off subject, but do yourself a favor, go check out the documentary about Patrick Swayze called I Am Patrick Swayze. That documentary will make you tear up. But anyway, Point Break it's magnificent. It's really fun. It's great throw ride. It's entertaining. Cool surfing moments. I mean, they of course got President Mass as well. By the way, come on, what was the president that the mask? I think it was Richard Nixon's mask, or I can't remember the actual mask they used, but I think it was Richard Nixon. Could be double check, or Jimmy Carter or someone. But Anyway, yeah, if you guys never seen Point Break, go check it out. It's a really good one. All right, coming in at number 3 is another Keanu Reeves movie. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is on this list a lot. My number 3 favorite is going to Speed. Now, Under Siege was Die Hard on a ship. We have a few other Sudden Death with Die Hard in a hockey arena. This here is Die Hard on a bus, and that's what that guy, a friend of mine, was talking about. By the way, that's the movie that he was thinking of is Speed. And Speed, I mean, Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Hopper. You've got Dennis Hopper as a villain in this. Jeff Daniels is in this. You know, a high speed bus chase. I mean, what more can you ask for? Speed is just great. You know, it's really fun. It's an entertaining film. You know, Keanu Reeves as a hero is always great to watch. I mean, I love watching Keanu Reeves as a hero. And of course, stuff like The Matrix, Speed, and Point Break, of course, gave us John Wick. Like, if it wasn't for Speed or any of this, we probably wouldn't get Keanu Reeves in as John Wick. You know, but Keanu Reeves is the man. Like, who doesn't love a good Keanu Reeves action film? But of course, Speed 2, that's a different story. Speed 2 is Speed 2 is horrible. Of course, that was with Sandra Bullock and Jason Patrick. I mean, you replace Keanu Reeves with Jason Patrick, by the way. I mean, you're bound to no disrespect on Jason Patrick, but your film's not going to be all that great if you replace Keanu Reeves with a Jason Patrick. But anyway, yes, Speed it's a really great one. And hey, with all the talks about Matrix 4 and Bill and Ted 3, where is my Speed 3? I'll love to see Keanu Reeves back again. I mean, come on. Right now we're in the Keanu Reeves sauce, you know, with John Wick. Him being in Toy Story 4 was pretty cool. We got Bill and Ted 3 coming out. Keanu Reeves is back, people. And yeah, like, you know, who just doesn't love Keanu Reeves? Keanu Reeves is the man. The guy just never ages, by the way. Like, the guy is literally reaching in his 50s, and the guy just doesn't age at all. So yeah. All right. Now my number 2 favorite is Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Now, in my favorite 80s action movies, kind of weird. Like, most people probably think it's a little weird that I didn't add the Terminator in that list. But I feel that Terminator 2 had more action in it than the first Terminator. And it had one of the most badass women in the action world. Like, we got Ripley and all. But the badass female in the business goes to Sarah Connor, played by the great Linda Hamilton. You got Robert Patrick as the main villain, T-1000. You got Edward Furlong as a young John Connor. I mean, yeah, Terminator 2 is such a great one. You know, it has great effects. It's seriously, you know, Terminator 2 is definitely in the list of movie sequels that better than the original. I'm not lying. I actually prefer Terminator 2 over the first Terminator. And I'm literally, you know, I'm also really happy that the new Terminator, I'm really happy that the new Terminator that's coming out, Terminator Dark Fate, is a follow-up to Terminator 2. Now, granted, the other Terminator movies wasn't all that great, you know. Rise of the Machine was not all that great. Genesis was actually a little better than most people give it credit for, but still not all that great. Salvation was not all that good either. So the best Terminator is Terminator 2, and could Terminator Dark Fate be as good as T2? That has to be remained to be seen. Alright, the best action movie of the 90s is directed by Catherine Bigelow's husband, or ex-husband, I should say. Of course, that's James Cameron. Back in the 90s, James Cameron had great stuff with Titanic, but one of his best work of all time is in the form of True Lies, one of the greatest all-time action movies of that era. True Lies is terrific. You know, you got one of the best. You got one of the. I'm just gonna say it. You got one of the best strip scenes with Jamie Lee Curtis in it. Come on, this movie actually made lots of people really crush on Jamie Lee Curtis. You got the late great Bill Paxton. Oh man, I miss that guy. Bill Paxton was great in this. Tom Arnold was even funny in this. I love Tom Arnold in this. Of course, it's also led by the aforementioned Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of the greatest king of the action movie genre. I mean, True Lies it's magnificent. You know, you also not to mention you also had Eliza Dushku, who played Arnold's young daughter. I always adored Eliza Dushku. She was pretty cool in this. You know, of course the villain in this was played by Art Malik. I loved Art Malik as the bad guy in this. You got great chemistry with Arnold and Jamie Lee Curtis. And yeah, I mean, it's a great film. True Lies is, you know, one of my favorites, like, literally one of my favorite moments in the recent Captain Marvel was at True Lies Standing. That, of course, Captain Marvel shot off. I love that moment in there. And, of course, it was just announced that Disney Plus is for some reason rebooting True Lies, which I don't understand why, but whatever. I mean, I still want a sequel, but I don't think we'll ever get a sequel. Because, come on, True Lies is the best. And, yeah, if you guys never seen True Lies by now, do yourself a favor. Go, like, if it's on Netflix, if it's on, if it's, you know, on DVD or whatever, do yourself a favor, go check out True Lies. It's just awesome. But that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, The Last Boy Scout. 9, Mission Impossible. 8, Under Siege. 7, Air Force One. 6, Bad Boy. 5, The Matrix. 4, Point Break. 3, Speed. 2, Terminator 2. 1, True Lies. Now, there's loads of other 90s action movies that's also good. Let's see. The Rock, just was mentioned in The Rock just a few minutes ago. I love The Rock. Con Air. Demolition Man, one of the most... Demolition Man is probably kind of one of the guilty pleasure of mine, but that's pretty fun. I mean, some Stallone, Snipes, who didn't love that one. Die Hard with a Vengeance. I didn't care for Die Hard 2. I wanted to like Die Hard 2, but was never really a fan of it. Hard Target with Van Damme. Blade, Last Action Hero. Desperado with Antonio Banderas. I mean, I love Antonio Banderas as that role. You got Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone. Universal Soldier. Ronin. You know, I don't know how popular this is, but I never considered Jurassic Park as an action movie. I mean, yeah, it has like action moments in it and all, but I feel it's more of a science fiction movie than an action movie, which is also why Independence Day is not in my list, because that's kind of more of a sci-fi film than a straight-up action. Oh, not to mention, you had Pierce Brosnan's GoldenEye, The Last Kiss Goodnight, The Fugitive, The Professional. Speaking of Wesley Snipes, Passenger 57, Starship Troopers, Mark for Death, Sudden Death, U.S. Marshal, Showtown in Little Tokyo, Armageddon, The Crow, Rumble in the Bronx. I mean, come on, Jackie Chan. Who doesn't love a good Jackie Chan movie? But let me leave you guys. What are some of your favorite 90s action movies? drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Team Movie signing off.